You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by HauntedSiouxFalls.com.
Ooh. In the past year, did you find yourself drinking more often? The stress of the last year had that effect on many people. If you're struggling to get back to normal and get the booze out of your daily routine, there is help. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find the best option for you. There are many different programs. TimeForRehab.com will do our best to match you up with the program that will work best for your needs. Learn more at TimeForRehab.com. We want to help. TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting. Yeah.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. And Dan, what do you find interesting on this fine Friday?
You know, I grew up in a car family. Thursday. Dad was a car dealer. I got brothers who mechanics, cars, whatever, Thursday, Friday. It doesn't matter, John. Nobody's paying attention after that whole pandemic thing anyway.
That's right.
It could be 2027 and nobody'd bat an eye. Just dig cars. I like cars. Grew up around cars. So cars. And every year the list comes out. What are the most stolen vehicles in the United States of America?
Yeah.
And for the past several years, it hasn't changed a lot. There's a couple ringers that you don't see all the time in this year's list. Over the past year, keep in mind, around 750,000 vehicles have been snagged around the United States, good old USA. Thieves are busy. They never take a nap. But what do car thieves prefer? Well, I'm glad you asked. According to people who track this stuff, the top 10 list goes as follows. At number 10, the Jeep Cherokee. Almost 10,000 of them stole over the past year. Number 9, this one surprises me because I'm just not a fan. The Dodge Ram pickup.
Okay.
Over 11,000. GMC pickup trucks at number 8 with 11,700. The Toyota Corolla takes number 7, and that's always on the list every year.
Okay.
A little over 12,000 Corollas were snagged. Number 6, the Nissan Altima, 13,280. Toyota Camrys at number 5. 17,000.
Jeez.
Chevy Silverado pickup, 31,500 of them.
Whoa.
At number 3, the Ford F-150, 36,400. Yeah, in fact, the Ford F-150, it's probably its best-selling pickup, I think, in the world.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, those things are everywhere.
Yeah.
The 2 top slots, still, ladies and gentlemen, held by the Honda Motor Company. The Honda Accord at number 2, stolen over the past year, almost 37,000 of them. The Honda Civic at number 1, 38,430.
Wow, that's a lot of cars, man.
So, hey, lock your stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's outside. Somebody's going to get the catalytic converter these days anyway, so nobody's safe. Hey, it's right in the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not. Fill in the blank. Steal's right in there. It's one of the bigs, man.
It is one.
All right, there you go. Stuff I found interesting.
And that is why we refer to this segment as Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. I'm John with a fun comparison. Some puppies are purebred and they cost more. Others are more affordable. And then there are free puppies. Nobody really knows where they come from, but they're free. In the advertising world, it's like that too. There are some super expensive ways to advertise if you can afford it. And there are some free things you've probably tried, but those dogs rarely work. Radio is kind of like that middle puppy. Affordable, will snuggle with you, and hopefully not pee on the rug. Radio advertising. Super affordable, a great investment, and man's best friend. Try it and let BetterResultsAdvertising.com bring your message to life. Time now for your morning coffee break, brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro on the corner of 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. Dan, what do you have for us today?
Yeah, we usually use this segment, kind of look around Sioux Falls, surrounding area, the state, the Midwest, whatever, and what's going on. You guys, you're animal lovers. You have a rescue dog, a special needs dog.
We do have a special needs dog.
Weird dog
named Carl. Nobody knows what it is, but she hangs out back there in the pit and just kind of hopes for the best. And there's always stories about, for instance, recently, about a month or so ago, honest to goodness, an apartment in New York City. I mean, right there in the big throbbing metropolis. Authorities had to take a tiger out of somebody's apartment. They'd been raising this tiger for apparently a number of years.
Holy cow.
Turns out that's illegal. So I actually found a list of what is illegal to keep as pets.
Okay.
In South Dakota.
In South Dakota, okay.
Yeah, it was a list of every single state, but I'm sure not going to go into all that. So, when we take a look around here, just up north here in North Dakota, by law, you cannot, as a pet, have a skunk, a raccoon, or venomous reptiles.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. In Nebraska, and this must have been a problem or it wouldn't be law. I'm thinking in Nebraska, you can't have bears, tigers, leopards,
Bears.
wolves,
Holy cow.
or skunks, legally speaking.
Huh.
Minnesota, bears, tigers, cheetahs, leopards, lemurs.
Lemurs.
They must have changed the laws because monkeys on the list. And you know what? I had a monkey.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Growing up in Minneapolis, the science teacher let me keep it for the summer.
That story is
I love that.
hilarious.
It didn't like my mother. It was a summer just filled with hijinks. Mecca the spider monkey.
That's amazing.
Okay. In Iowa, you can have a doggy and a kitty, maybe a gerbil, but you can't have wolves, any kind of primate, no leopards.
Oh.
Why hyenas is on this list in Iowa is beyond me, but there it is.
How about a laughing hyena?
Oh, no hyenas at all. No cobras, no pythons, and darn it, you better not have a crocodile in that tool shed.
Oh, man.
All right. South Dakota has a really short list. Non-domestic pigs.
Okay. So you can have a pig. It's just got to be a domestic pig.
It's got to be a well-behaved
Okay.
lap pig, apparently. And you can't have raccoon dogs.
Okay.
I had never heard of a raccoon dog, and I thought maybe they had missed a comma, but then I went, well, no, you can have dogs. And so I actually took the time to look it up, which isn't, I normally don't do my job
What
near
is it?
this hard. Raccoon dog, it's actually, it looks kind of like a cross between a fox and a raccoon, only it's bigger.
Wow.
Okay.
And they are indigenous, actually, just to Eastern Asia and Northern Vietnam.
So I wonder what the reason is you couldn't have that. Are they aggressive or something?
They are, well, yeah, they're little hell beasts. They'll eat your face in a New York minute.
All right.
You don't want to do that.
And that's South Dakota. So why there was a problem
So I
with,
could have a monkey.
Yeah,
hearing.
In
apparently.
South Dakota, you can have monkeys?
Okay, there's an over an umbrella law where any kind of unusual mammal that doesn't come under your usual household pet thing, you do have to get licensed for.
Okay.
So if you wanted a bison in your garage, you probably can have one, but you're going to need the paperwork.
I just want a monkey to walk my dog.
Okay, as far as getting a beat down from the authorities, it's just non-domestic pigs and raccoon dogs.
All right.
In South Dakota.
Well, I wasn't planning on a raccoon dog, so.
But now
Good.
you're thinking about it.
I'm wondering.
Hey, is that a
It's a great way to deter people that are ne'er-do-wells.
And how are they going to know if it's a domestic pig or a non-domestic pig?
If he's not wearing a tie, they'll say, what is this, a wild pig?
But you could just take a non-domestic pig and, you put earrings on it, whatever. Lipstick.
Slap lipstick on a pig.
Spray a little cologne on that bad
Super
boy.
duper domesticated right
Yeah,
there.
So, I just thought I'd let everybody know, because if I'm not passing on this information, who will? Certainly not NPR, which should be defunded immediately.
Agreed.
All right, Dan, thank you for that.
My pleasure, John.
All right, coming your way here in just a little bit. We're going to get some news from Mr. Dan Farris, and we're going to visit with Scott Abdallah about the Law Enforcement Appreciation Dinner.
Many new students sign up for credit cards that are not very good. Have a conversation about how to properly use credit so they don't learn this lesson the hard way. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Want one that offers points? We have those. Want a card to help you build credit? We have those too. BetterCreditCards.com is designed to help you get a better credit card. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit right now with Scott Abdallah. We've got the 40th annual Law Enforcement Appreciation Dinner sneaking right up on us. And Scott, can you believe it's been 40 years since your dad started that very first one?
It's amazing. It's just been an incredible event, and to celebrate our 40th year is just a tribute to this community and to our law enforcement personnel.
And what a great way to honor your father and also the other people who helped over the last 40 years to keep this thing going. Let's talk about what we're going to be doing for the 40th annual event, when it's going to be, who's going to be there. Where should we even start?
Well, this year's event is November 10th, as always, at the Ramkota Exhibit Hall in Sioux Falls. The doors are going to open at 5:15, and then we're going to do something a little different this year. Because it's our 40th anniversary, we have brought two legendary Nashville songwriters to Sioux Falls, Kelly Lovelace and Neil Thrasher. Between them, they account for 26 number one country songs performed by people like Brad Paisley, Jason Aldean, Luke Bryan, Kenny Chesney, Reba McEntire, Carrie Underwood. I mean, any song you've heard on a country station that's been a number one song, chances are they wrote it. And they're going to be performing from 5:30 to 6:30. They're amazing performers. So that's a kind of a thank you to celebrate the 40th anniversary for law enforcement and for our community business leaders. At 6:45, the program will start. And again, as always, we expect the governor will be there, the Chief Justice of our Supreme Court, the mayor, and we will have our dinner, which is usually wild game feed. And then our keynote speaker this year is Pete Hegseth, who's an anchor at Fox News, and he's also a military man, former military guy, and served in Afghanistan. So we're really excited to have him this year.
I think it's going to be a fantastic event, and it sounds like it's a long ways away when you say November 10th. Holy cow, that's a long ways. Well, we're like 1 month out right now. That's not that far away, is it?
It's going to be here before we know it. Hopefully the weather cooperates. We're always right on the edge. We do this usually the second Wednesday in November, and we've had years where there's been snow on the ground, so cross your fingers, hope that isn't the case.
And every year you have an amazing turnout for this event, but if people listening are going, I'd really like to go to this, how do they go about getting a ticket for the 40th Annual Law Enforcement Appreciation Dinner?
So we usually have close to 2,000 people in attendance, and unfortunately the event sells out almost instantly every year. That's because half of the people that attend are businesses and community leaders in Sioux Falls who buy tables every year, and they just renew their tables immediately when the opportunity presents itself. In fact, not a single business this year did not renew its table. So, and then half of the attendance is law enforcement personnel and their guests. And so, unfortunately, we don't have any tickets available, but hopefully your listeners will be attending through their businesses or maybe through law enforcement as a guest.
And that is a wonderful problem to have over just a little over a month before an event to have all the tickets sold already. That is fantastic.
It is. I think it's a tribute to this community, too, and how they reach out and support law enforcement. I mean, I've been saying it for a year. I'm proud to live in this community because we distinguish ourselves from other states, in particular one neighboring state, and how they treat their law enforcement and how they fund their law enforcement. And I just am so proud that Sioux Falls does the exact opposite, that we honor our law enforcement and we fund our law enforcement. And because of that, we've got a very safe city that we live in.
And we have people who leave other states nearby and move here, people in law enforcement who've moved to our state because of that very reason as well.
And I was just told, now this is, I'm getting this secondhand, but I was just told by a very high-ranking person with the Sioux Falls PD that the last 6 recruits that were just sworn in all came here from other states. They left their states where they felt disrespected and have moved to Sioux Falls and are thrilled to be here. So we'll take them.
Absolutely.
These other states that want to treat them like that, we'll take them.
That is a wonderful thing. Again, the 40th Annual Law Enforcement Appreciation Dinner, it's sneaking up a little over a month from today. Scott, thank you for all that you're doing and continuing to carry this torch for your father. I guarantee he would be so proud.
And John, thank you for what you do to respect our military and our law enforcement. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Again, the 40th Annual Law Enforcement Appreciation Dinner, it's sneaking up in November, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it again between now and then. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on Sunny.
Merry Christmas! Oh, you're not ready for that yet. How about Happy Halloween? At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all of the fun holidays throughout the year with funny, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we have a gift idea for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day, whether you buy these weird gifts or not. It's worth checking out, just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
And it's time right now for the newsiest news we do. It's News with Dan Farris.
What is going on? Why is life so hard? These shortages thing, it's becoming a big deal. There's all these cargo ships off all of our coasts, all of our big ports and everything else, and they're just kind of hanging around, mainly because there isn't the manpower to unload these bad boys.
That's what it is.
For instance, ports on like the West Coast, they normally, back in the day when this country was up and functioning like it should, they're going 24/7, loading and unloading cargo ships. Now it's like they've got a day shift, and that's all the manpower they've got.
Right. Oh, my God.
So it's just crazy. You literally have hundreds of ships just sitting there at anchor, just waiting to get unloaded.
Wouldn't you think at a certain point they'd just say, we're going home?
You know what? Well, they can't. I mean, they're licensed and paid to be, doing a function. But here's the thing.
They got to sit and wait then.
But it's not that this stuff doesn't exist. It's just it's manpower, and it's all over the world. It's not just in the United States. It's all over the world. And now here's the latest thing. If you've been to the grocery store lately, and I've noticed it a few times where I shop, like I always buy a certain kind of tuna fish. Mm-hmm. Twice a week, I get this kind of tuna fish. All of a sudden, that space on the shelf is just, it's bare. It's empty. And I've been buying it for years. Now, according to Forbes magazine, this is becoming the next big thing in literally dozens of cities across the country. Alcohol. Liquor.
Yeah.
When you look at the supply chain for that, number one, it's got to be bottled and or canned, manufactured, everything else. Well, staffing shortages at all manufacturers and everything else.
Insane.
So all of a sudden there are some people who are starting to care, is what you're saying.
And according to Forbes, one of the cities being affected by this is Sioux Falls.
Really?
Going to be a hooch shortage in Sioux Foodoo, ladies and gentlemen.
Better go
So what
stock
you're saying
up.
is now is the time to stock up?
Well, plus over the past year and a half, a lot of people around the country being in, well, they did stock up.
Yeah.
As they're sitting at home. They're basically drinking during Zoom meetings or something.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you're gonna stock up, there's a lot of great places you can do
Your
that.
favorites. And now what's going to happen as a direct result of that is the weeks and months go on, price is going to go up and up and up. It's all supply and demand.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've been around Sioux Falls for a long time. As far as I've ever been able to tell, I don't know. Sioux Falls, you're drunk enough.
Probably.
See, a couple things, side notes here going on this weekend. Some really fun stuff. I love this. The 34th Annual Festival of Bands is going on in Sioux Falls on Saturday. Field competition in Howard Wood from 10 to 6. And I mentioned this about a week ago. We'll just note this one more time. The 5th Annual Women's March happening downtown this Saturday. And I wasn't going to do it, but due to popular demand, I just went, yeah, okay. I will be hosting my kissing booth again this year.
Nice.
In the alley right behind Wiley's Tavern on
Please do.
on North Main. Let's take a quick
I will
look.
gladly sponsor that.
I'm gonna miss
I will
it. I'll be at
gladly
Super
sponsor
Con.
that.
Doggone it.
It's a fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser.
It's fun to go to middle-aged guys who have no idea what the hell's going on here. It's a great organization. It's nonprofit, 501c3.
Oh, gosh.
Now, things nobody else covers because I am an award-winning journalist.
Yes, you are.
Kind of a big deal. From the Sunny 93.3 News Desk, I am Dan Farris reminding you if it's news, news to me. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
In the past year, did you find yourself drinking more often? The stress of the last year had that effect on many people. If you're struggling to get back to normal and get the booze out of your daily routine, there is help. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find the best option for you. There are many different programs. TimeForRehab.com will do our best to match you up with the program that will work best for your needs. Learn more at TimeForRehab.com. We want to help. TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Thursday, October 7th, 2021. Equities fell again Wednesday, but the selling appears to be losing steam. The S&P 500 fell more than 1% intraday to retest the support at the 4,300 level, but that support is still holding. So long as the market is able to remain above this level, new highs are the most likely scenario, but there is risk. Not only is there looming government shutdown, but the peak of earnings season is next week, and there is the NFP report on Friday to worry about. The ADP report Wednesday confirmed robust hiring in September, but far short of what economists have been expecting. With federal unemployment subsidies expiring, there are over 6 million unemployed Americans in need of immediate employment. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.